Hello, everybody, and a very warm welcome along to SportsBet TV with me, Paul Alster. I'm looking forward to some very good racing action on Saturday, the 13th of July, where I'll have one selection for you, and that's going to be over at Ascot at 2:20 in the Summer Mile. If you're new to the challenge where I'm always looking to offer selections at decent each way prices, then do press the subscribe button just below this screen, and you'll be able to stay in touch with all of my messages as I go on through the season, covering all the big meetings at the weekend. And if you want to take an interest in my selections at all the big fixtures day to day, then join me at Out in Front by clicking on the link just below this screen in the description box. Now, before I go on to talk about my selection for Saturday, I just want to take a moment to say a few words about the events of this week that have rocked the whole country, and in particular the world of racing. There have been a lot of tributes paid to my very good friend John Hunt, and the tragedy that he's having to go through at the moment with the horrendous loss of his wife Carol and daughters Hannah and Louise. John and I have been very good pals for a very long time. He was with me recently when I was racing at York at the Dante fixture, and my heart truly goes out to him and the whole family, and to Amy, his surviving daughter, and to Judy, his mum, and the rest of the family. And I really just don't know what to say other than we're thinking of him, and we're praying for him and the rest of the family. And I just hope that somehow he'll get through. He's a remarkable person. He's been a wonderful friend to me over the years, since I started out in the commentary business together with him and Richard Hoyles and Mark Johnson. We all started pretty much at the same time, and we were all pals and even had a little business together back in the day. And we're all standing with him, the whole industry, and I know that everybody that follows racing will have him in their thoughts, and I know that's the same for all those of you that join this YouTube channel on a regular basis. So I just wanted to say God bless you, John. I want to come on to my selection for Saturday. Just a very quick word, though, about the one selection I gave you last week, which was a winner for us. It was Blake, winning in really fine style. And I had recommended it at 7-1 the day before, and even allowing for the deductions due to non-runners, handed us a really nice profit. So I hope those of you that follow me were on Blake last Saturday. Now to this Saturday, and the race I mentioned, the Ascot 2:20 is the Group 2 Summer Mile. The ground is drying out across Britain, just signs that summer may possibly be reappearing, if only for a day or two. So I think it's going to be good to soft ground at worst at Ascot. 9 runners in the Summer Mile, and Coudoir for Sam and Ed Crisford, whose horses have roared back to form on Friday, where he had a terrific double in the first 2 races at Newmarket. He's a horse who could be anything. It's unbeaten in 3 runs so far. Quite how good he is, or will be, is very hard to tell, but his defeat of the subsequent Group 1 place Docklands last time out, when he won the Paradise Stakes at Ascot in listed company, really looks good form now. He was a top price 9-4 shot last time I looked. This is a tougher assignment, but he really could be a smart horse. We'll find out. We've got plenty to learn about this colt. Alster represents Carl Burke, who won good handicaps at Pontefract and Epsom this spring, prior to finishing well held in 4th in a Group 3 at the Curragh last time out, over 1.25 miles. It's interesting that Connections drop him back in trip, but this is an even hotter race, in my view. High-class handicap form also brought to the table by the admirable Sonny Liston for Rafe Beckett, who won at Newbury this spring off 105, and then he failed only narrowly off 111, massive handicap mark. when he was beaten ahead at Royal Ascot last time out in the Royal Hunt Cup. His £3 higher new rating effectively rules him out of most handicaps, so it's interesting to see how he's going to go at this Group 2 level, tackling a different type of a horse. Another remarkable horse in the field is the filly Sparksfly, who's trained by David Loughnane. She won 8 times last season, improving £50, just extraordinary improvement, soaring through the handicap ranks and ending her winning streak with a 10-length win in listed company in France. Just unbelievable, really. She's only had the one outing this term, which suggests that maybe she hasn't been quite on her game. She didn't run bad, respectable fit in a Haydock handicap, but it's a big step up from that to the Group 2. I'll be surprised if she's good enough, especially as the drying ground is probably going against her. Now, 3 of the 9 runners in this race met last time out in the Group 3 Diomed Stakes at Epsom over the extended mile on Derby Day. It was the race, you may remember, was won by the runaway frontrunner, Royal Scotsman. Now, Ernesto for Roger Varian came home 5th that day and didn't look at all at ease on the track. He's much better than that, but I think he still has a bit to find to win here. The 6th at Epsom was Epictetus for John and Thady Gosden, who just never figured. He was a soft ground winner in Group 3 company last term, so any rain would help him, but I don't think there's any rain forecast. So to my selection, and the runner-up, you may recall, in the Diomed Stakes at Epsom, was the Marco Botti-trained Royal Dubai, who's the mount of the red-hot in-form Oisin Murphy. Now, I'm at a loss as to why he is a bigger price than both Ernesto and Epictetus. Indeed, he came from much further back than that pair and swept by them as he went off in pursuit of Royal Scotsman, eventually finishing second, which was a really commendable effort, as he had a lot to do once they levelled out with 3 furlongs to run, and still, I think, didn't have a horse behind him 2 furlongs out. So that second-placed effort on his first run for 3 months, since winning 2 of his last 3 starts during the winter at Meydan, was a very, very commendable run. Now, I'm hoping he might have improved a little bit for that first British run of the season. And he's only a 4-year-old, so could still have more improvement to come. And I think that at the 14-1 each way, recommended, available with plenty of firms, I think Royal Dubai is going to run really well, and I think he's the standout value in the market. It is a fascinating event, and I hope it turns into a good race. Royal Dubai is my choice at 14-1. Obviously, Kudwa could be a massive a barrier to overcome if you literally take his form last time out tied in with the subsequent Queen Anne runner-up, Docklands. So that is my selection for Saturday. As I mentioned at the top, racing is very insignificant when it comes to real-life events, and sometimes the difficult events that people have to go through, and in John's case, an unimaginably difficult situation. But for me personally, I've found the last few days that looking through the form and concentrating on something different for a few hours a day is very cathartic and helpful. And I hope that something will help here, and that maybe we might be onto a horse that runs well. Remember, if you want to look at more horses that I've recommended for the weekend, you can do so at my Out in Front service via the link in the description box. I wish you all a peaceful and safe weekend. Bye-bye for now.